Well, hello YouTube, and thank you for stopping by the channel today. My name is Samax, and as promised, we will be covering tree breeding today. Now, I'll tell you, I've taken about 5 attempts to get this right, so hopefully we'll nail it on this 6th attempt. As you can see, I am in the bee age, and I'm next to the apiaries, apiaries. You can see these little particles floating across off of them. It's telling me that the bees are working, and those particles are actually key to tree breeding. I've cleared off a section of land for us to begin tree breeding, and so let's go ahead and start. I would suggest partially that you make this treealizer. It's important in some ways and incredibly unimportant in others. It has to be made in a crafter. It's a lot like the beealizer. I believe that the beealizer uses tin and this one uses copper. It requires water. It's not difficult at all. So, the only reason I use this is because I have so many saplings that have come off so many different trees, and it's important to know that you're getting the pure ones and not the hybrid ones. So let me drop these birch saplings in there. See, there's silver birch, so these are pure. And then let me drop these oak, and they're apple oaks, so these are pure. So the way I normally do this is I just find an area that's covered by all these flowers, and I pop down a tree in the middle. And so we'll start with a, well, maybe. Why won't it plant? There it is. It did plant. It just didn't show it to us. So I plant it, throw some bone meal on it, and boom, we have a tree. I don't think that that's news to any of y'all. Now, the next thing I do is I move just a few spaces away from it, and I plant the other tree. In this case, we're planting both oak and birch, and we should result in silver lime saplings when this is all over with. And then just to maximize my chances, I typically plant trees on all sides of this. So let's plant another silver or another birch. And then we can come over here and plant yet another birch. Come on, right there. We will plant that. Oh, that's an oak. That's alright. We'll just plant another birch out here. And then we can plant even one more. It's all about making sure that the leaves from each of the trees touch. So, as you can see, if we jump up here on top, that these leaves, the birch leaves are touching the oak leaves. And, you know, that's really all there is to it at this point. I am going to take a break for about an hour and allow this pollination to take effect. And then I'll jump back on and we will check out the results. See you in a minute. Alright YouTube, I am back. It's been just about an hour, and as you can see by this blue leaf right here, we're getting some pollination. And this one over here is another one, and you're really just looking for some awkwardly colored leaves. Now, I'm not sure why these turned green, or if they did turn green at all, but I don't believe that these have been pollinated. You're usually looking for something like this, either that blue or that yellow kind of color. There's another one up under here. The next thing that we're going to need is a grafter. So let's clear that and grab the recipe for a grafter. Now, I mess this up about 90% of the time. It's bronze, not brass. A bronze ingot, 2 sticks. I've already made a few. And there's one here and one here. And we should get silver lime saplings from this combination. So that's going to be just a regular old birch sapling. And so this is, you're supposed to get a sapling from every single time you kill or you break one of these leaves with the grafter. That does not seem to be the case. On the time that the durability of the grafter wears out, it does not give you a sapling. I believe that's a bug in the code, but you just got to deal with it. So we'll break another leaf. You see we picked up 2 of these birch saplings, and then we'll go over here and get this one. Another birch, or it's an oak, or an apple oak. In this texture pack, the silver lime saplings look like that. That's exactly what we were looking for. 1 silver lime sapling. Let's go ahead and try to do this again. Oh, we got one that time. What do you know? Let's run back over to the base. I've got some more. I've made a bunch of these because I've been doing a lot of this tree growth, so I think that there's some more in here. Maybe not that one. Of course, I'm not going to have any of them down here. Let me bounce back over to the base and just make a few more of these. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I've made a few more of these grafters. I've got 4 of them here, but I figured I'd give you a quick update while we're sitting here. We're approaching, actually we're just over 7,500 UU matter, which is pretty cool. And then my overflow system of adding coal to the boilers seems to work because we built up 192,000 blaze rods, and I've checked all of the boilers and they're back on blaze rods. Unfortunately, it means that we're completely out of coal. And then I made this sheep farm this weekend, and you can see that we've already generated about 40 stacks of every one of these colors, which is pretty cool. Now, I did notice is there's only 27 stacks here in, I guess that's purple. And I believe that Aaron has explored his feminine side, and he's really digging on this pink wool, so he must have come over here and got a bunch of that. One thing I did do is I added a lever to this redstone energy cell, and it's set when it's enabled low. So when this switch is on, or when this lever's on, it's turning off this whole system. One thing to note though is that these ranchers actually store quite a bit of power. So this has been off for almost a day, and it takes a while for it to deplete all of that power. So let's bounce back over to the BH and get back to tree breeding. Oh man, it's literally been like 3 or 4 minutes, and we've got a lot of extra ones of these. Let's go ahead and break a bunch more of these. Looks like we got a second silver lime. Oh, and what is that? A white willow. More silver limes. This is nice. So, I'm not sure if I've said this or not, but there we go. We didn't get one that time when it broke. Another one of those white willows. Interesting. We'll go grow those in just a second and see what they look like. Alright, so we're over here in a different section of the B age. Just a nice open area for us to grow some trees. Remember I mentioned that the treealizer was both really useful and really not useful. And so what I've learned is this, that if you take saplings that you got from a combination, so when we grew birch and oak together, we assumed that we were going to get silver limes. Well, those saplings are going to be pure. See, these are pure silver lime saplings. Now, any other sapling you got off that tree, so the normal apple oak saplings, those are going to be hybrids, and then the birch are going to be the same way. These are going to be hybrids and not pure. And then this white willow will be the same way. It is a pure white willow sapling. So, let's grow a few of these and see what they look like. So, the silver limes, if we plop them down and hit them with bone meal, they look like that. A little taller than an oak tree, but the leaves are very similar, and really the wood is very similar, at least the planks. The outside of these are very different, or they look different, but the inside of them are the planks look very, very similar. So, let's grab one of those and we'll plop that down. So that's what they look like on the inside, and then the planks, like I said, are very similar to the oak planks. Now, I don't know that I've ever grown a white willow sapling, So let's go ahead and plop one of them down and hit that with, man, that's really interesting. The leaves that connect or go all the way down to the ground, the trunk in the middle. Very interesting. And let's check out this wood on the inside and see how it looks. It's a little green. I wonder if oh yeah, this is the one that makes the green planks, or one of the ones that makes green planks. So we can take this and drop it in. Let's grab one of those. Done with that. And one of those. And so this is what they look like. See that same kind of green color on the inside, and then the planks are kind of green also. Now my typical plan, or what I typically do, is I grow some of these and I'll end up with a bunch of saplings when this is all over with. And I'll get maybe half a stack of them and then figure out what combinations I want to do next. I'm not sure if I've said this before or not, but there is a cheat sheet on the Feed the Beast wiki, and I will include a link to it. And in there is a bunch of spoilers that'll tell you exactly what you need to get what you want. I mean, really, all it takes is just a little bit of patience, and you're going to get everything that you want out of this. So, just kind of a small review. Plant near the bees. You need them to get the pollen, or you need them to pollinate. Try to get the leaves to intertwine. This is very difficult on saplings that grow really, really big. I know that one of the combinations is kapok and teak. Well, a teak grows about the size of an average size of a birch or a oak tree, but the kapok grows very, very tall. And so what I ended up having to do was either dig down, 8 or 10 blocks and then plant and let it grow up above the ground, or plant it at the normal ground height and then fly up the tree and put in some dirt so that I could get those leaves to intermingle. That's the only one I've really had a problem with, though, was the kapok. The rest of them grow fairly regularly. I could plant, actually, we have some ebony. This was the thing that we were going after the other day, and Aaron finally got them working, so I can plant an ebony for you. Where are they at? Nope, that's kapok. Jungle. Let me in one of these chests. We're going to have ebony saplings, or did they end up in here? There they are right there, the myrtle ebony, which has got some of the best wood in it. So we'll fly back over to that other area and plant that so you can see what it looks like. Actually, we'll fly over here and do it because these make a very big tree. So this gets planted in a 3x3. If we throw it in the treealizer, you'll be able to see that the ebonies get planted in a girth of 3x3. So you need 9 saplings to start. I don't know what's going on with that it doesn't. In this 3x3, you bone mill the center sapling, and so it grows up like that. It doesn't grow up with a solid base, which is really cool. And it's got normal oak on the outside of it, but when you break that on the middle, it's got that really, really dark wood. I'm thinking about using this to supplement some of that wood in the base or in the floor of my bee area, because I like this dark offset with that really, really light wood, or the gray wood that I've used so far, and that's what it looks like. So I know that I promised spoilers, but I don't want to ruin everybody's fun. If you, like I said, if you want to know more about it, there's definitely plenty of information on the FTB wiki. Good luck. Until next time, bye.